still don't have any of the Hunger Games books. Okay, so today we are doing Peta Mellark. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Okay, so Peta, a very interesting name. I've never actually heard the name Peta. But Peta, going with the theme of my last video where I reviewed Katniss Everdeen and the whole chess idea for a minute, because I think Peta would most likely be the king of this situation. Okay, he would be the king, because they even mentioned that it would have been better for them to have him, and it seems a little shaky when they don't have him, and that the other side is controlling him, and he's the one who's warning them, he's the one who's thinking, he's the logical one in this whole thing. I think, seriously, he is the most logical out of everybody in this entire, like, trilogy. I really think that. He's the one that's always thinking. He's the one that always has a different way to approach things. He is the one that's probably the kindest as well. Especially for, like, the horrible life that he's had. And he's also the one coming up with most of the plans. Like that whole pregnancy plan. I'll tell you right now, when I was reading that part, I was sitting there going, wait, if you already shocked everybody with the whole marriage thing, you're not, you are, you're doing it. I was just sitting there laughing as everybody's like going like that, and she's trying to hide her shock and being like, yeah, I'm pregnant, like all that kind of thing. And oh, I loved it so much. I was like, especially the build-up, because very few moments do I figure things out. I'll be honest. You saw what I mean when I was reading the Heroes of Olympus, and when I was reading Ranger's Apprentice, and all the other. You know what? But I still like it. When I figured that one out, oh, it was so much fun. I was just like sitting there waiting for him to say it, building up to it. He built up to that really well. And I do really like it when Peta talks, because Peta is a really good talker, and they even admit that he really is a good talker, even for like scripted lines, and even unscripted lines as well, where he, like, you know, broke character. And again, he has that rebellion side to him that I do like to see. And how he thinks differently, and he's more of the calm of the storm, I guess. So Katniss is like the storm, because like I said, when her emotions drive her, her emotions drive her. And there's no stopping her. But then he's the calm one of this. He is the calm of Katniss's storm. And them together are just unstoppable. And like I said, who do you want to keep alive most in chess? The king and the queen. If the king goes down, pretty much everything's done. And they even, like, say that, where it's like, it's really hard to get this rebellion going until they get Peta back. Until the capital isn't controlling him. And again, he's still in control. He's not completely dead or out of it. But then he also tries to kill, and that, when he was trying to kill Katniss, I was so heartbroken. But then, oh, the part that they didn't bring up in the movie, it's like the part where, okay, you know the part where he tries to, like, cut his wrists with the handcuffs because he doesn't want to hurt Katniss so much. Another part that just brought a little, like, tear to my eye. Like I told you, like, I don't really cry for books because some part of my brain actually is like, this is not real. But there are times where, you know, you're just so emotionally invested in it, and you do get a little teary-eyed at it, and that was another one of those parts. This book was really good at that. This series was really good at just making you care about these characters so much, and Peta was one that I cared about, because I, like, the whole time, like, I was going, no, Peta, like, stop, don't say those things, the capital is controlling you, go get him out of there. And again, he's the logical one. He's also the most peaceful one. I'm not sure if Peta actually ever killed anybody. I seriously don't think he did. In either of the Hunger Games. He was hiding. He disguised himself as a tree. Now, maybe in the first bloodbath he did. But after that, I don't think that he actually killed anybody. and the way he kind of just like came up there and he was scared and all and everything, and like I said, he was the logical one. He never actually let his emotions show, but he is the best talker. And again, this is like watching a game of chess unfold, because he is the king. He like does the logical thing, he sticks to the plan, and Katniss is the queen who does whatever she wants, and when she does what she wants, there's no stopping her. And yeah, if you've ever played, you know, where it's like the queen's lined up, you're it's kind of a game over for you. But if your opponent is using the queen piece right, it's kind of over for you, because it's so hard to stop her. And again, I don't have much to say about these characters. I do really like the contrast between Katniss and Peta. I didn't really talk about that much on Katniss's side of things, and again, I do really like that contrast. And he is a strong character. He is the most well-spoken, the most easygoing, I think, and he's also the least violent, which is a pretty good guy to have on your side if you're gonna start a rebellion, because you don't want to go into a rebellion with a whole bunch of violent people, because then what are you gonna do afterwards? Yeah. You're gonna end up with the Hunger Games again! That almost happened. Thank you, Peta, for stopping it. Thank you, Peta, for stopping that. And Peta and Katniss working together, it's deadly. Just like in chess. So, like I said in the last one, when he shines, he shines. Otherwise, it seems like he's just a bystander. And, like the king in the chess game, unless he is doing the diplomatic stuff and being the calm voice of reason for everyone, he's kind of doing nothing. Just being a bystander, observing. He stays in the lines more than Katniss, which I would have liked to see him go outside the lines a bit more, but okay, whatever, I guess. Again, I do want to tell you that I did like the story, but more of the story of the chess game that was unfolding. And really, the more I think about it, the chess analogy is actually a really good one, because it is kind of like that, and I do like all the characters in it, but again, just there's a lot of moments where it kind of does just stand still. But the whole idea of the unknown and the rebellion and are they going to make it and how are they going to do this, and it seems impossible but somehow they got to do this, and you know, what is Katniss going to do next? Is her emotions going to drive it? Is she going to be level-headed or not? And then with Peta, how is he going to get her out of this? What plan does he have up his sleeve? They're a good duo, and I love them together. As romantic a romantic couple, I was never like really one of the people who was like, I am Team Peta or Team Gale. I was kind of like, I could see her with both, but next time we're going to be talking about Gale. And, okay, I still find this hilarious that Josh Hutcherson, the guy who played Peta in the movies, had to lose 20 pounds, had to gain 20 pounds of muscle and dye his hair from brown to blonde. And the guy who played Gale had to lose 20 pounds and dye his hair from blonde to brown. Why did they just switch roles? I don't know. But I like them both in their own respective roles. As it fell, they both did a really awesome job in the movies. But as just for the characters in general, because we are reviewing the characters, I found that when they had a purpose and when, well, in this game they were like being played, in a way, when it was Katniss's turn to strike, when it was Peta's turn to talk and be all diplomatic, that's when everything really just shined, for me at least. And seeing Peta in that situation also being the level-headed one, I did like it, and it actually did work for his character. Because you had all of these other people who were not so level-headed and calm and peaceful, but just, it worked for his character. I've read books where it just doesn't work, where it's like they're in this really bad dystopian future and they're all calm and level-headed about things. It didn't really work and it didn't make sense, but it makes sense in this one. The love triangle also does make sense because I see why Peta loves Katniss and I see why Gale loves Katniss and I could see why she likes both guys. it's one of those really complicated things. And I did like that love triangle in there. Again, the outcome, I could have seen it going either way, but that is Peta Mellark for you. And next time we'll be discussing the other point of this love triangle, being Gale. What's Gale's last name? So next time we'll be talking about Gale, doing a complete 180 from diplomatic Peta to Gale, who kind of goes in guns a-blazing. So, thanks for watching. Bye!